Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let me start by inviting my team. Invite my divine team, spirit guides, angels, archangels, higher self, and source to come in this present moment. Invite your divine team, spirit guides, angels, archangels, higher self, and source to come in this present moment. They are here.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in this special session. And I'm again here with Malika. And it's a pleasure for me always to connect with her for her beautiful presence. And I have to tell you the truth, I'm waiting for this connection a long time ago. So I'm always so excited when we meet together and connect. Yes, and today we will again tap into source frequency, to source energy, and I don't want to program it anything. I just want that everything is go flow how it has to be. So it warms my heart, Malika, that you are here again with us, and welcome.
I so love you, Adrienne. You're so beautiful, and I'm so happy to be here with you. And we're the same. I just love who you are, your essence, and it's so pure and so beautiful and so light. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited to be here and do this source connection experience again.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for the universe and all the light beings and other beings, all the beings who are accompanying us here today in this special session. I'm just feeling their presence, and it warms my heart that we can have this special moment, connection, both together. So I invite everybody to open your heart, close your eyes, and we connect through our heart center. Now we are in a safe place, a sacred, safe moment when we can open to our heart and be expanded and open here today, connecting each together. I invite you that during the whole session, try to connect through this center. No matter the words, no matter if you understand what we are saying or not, you will receive the message beyond through your heart center. And maybe first time when you are hearing this conversation, you will receive different message than later. So I invite you to connect through your heart center today and just open yourself and receive what you are ready to receiving. Okay, Malika. So
Source is already speaking.
Excuse me?
Source is already saying something, so I'm ready. Okay, so I'm ready to lead this now. So I'm just going to invite everybody to gently melt in your own presence right now and just kind of open yourself up to receiving from source. I can feel source already here so strongly, and I want everyone to experience that through feeling. And source went directly to my heart because today's transmission is going to be about integrating your core wounds. with that source within you so that you become healed and fulfilled and whole. And it's okay to still have and feel the pain, but also be in that source connection. They're not exclusive. So we're going to kind of come together, merge them together. And I invite you to go to that place where there's some sort of pain or there's some sort of wounding. Any part of your body, maybe it's your heart, but maybe another place in your body. And I want you to just enter that place fully. And now source is coming to melt it away. And it's so beautiful how it does it. I just want to allow source to do it first, and then I'll speak. And I invite you to get closer to this energy, the source energy that is here, that is so close to us, and I can feel it so deeply right now. The pull of the light is so strong. It's almost as if the light just it's not even a melting, but it's almost as if the what's the word? I get taken over by it. And now I'm going to amplify this frequency that we're feeling into, this source. And I'm asking you to kind of allow that source energy to come all around you in every part of your body, in every area, and just increase it and allow yourself to feel it. And now I can feel this buzzing sensation. I'm getting goosebumps. And with that, we start to open all parts of the universe. So I can start to feel the trees. I can feel the angels coming in. I can feel all these forces around us right now. So here's the opportunity to just go deeper. Allow yourself to feel all aspects of the universe. And I'm feeling myself in the trees and also the trees in myself. So I invite you to also try to just feel into that aspect and then allow yourself to feel that aspect within you. and this strong connection and this beautiful love that we're sharing right now between, for me right now, it's the trees, but they're just enveloping me in this warm presence, this beauty, this sacredness, this reverence. They're just honoring my light and I'm honoring their light. And then I'm seeing this beautiful seed, the seed of life that is source growing. So I just allow you to feel into the creation of source, the evolution of source as we're feeling into that seed of life. And how everything is born from that seed and all comes back into that seed. Yet it's so expansive and so large. And this seed is our core. That's what Source is saying. This seed is our core. It's our core power, our core strength, our core essence. And I'm allowing you to ignite this essence through Source right now. Just making it bigger, we're making it stronger. We're giving more life to it, more attention, more consciousness, so that it is fully activated in every part of our life. Also within our wounds, within our pain, this seed shines bright. And now Source is doing an activation for all of us. To not only bring this seed to life in a greater way, but to fully integrate it within our shadow parts, within our bodies. And going into the moments that hurt you the most in your life, the most painful traumas, the things that you did not understand. Source is now activating that. And it's transmuting that pain. It's allowing you to give it all up to Source so that Source can fully enter that part, fully enter that trauma. And you're welcome to invite that part fully right now. Invite that traumatized self, that inner child, or another part of you, or maybe a past life, or maybe something ancestral. We invite that part up. Something that is ready to be healed now through Source. And we open up the Source and we say, we're ready. ready to source this up, ready to transform this into light. And I want you to feel the gentleness of how Source is doing this. And through this loving, nurturing frequency that I'm feeling. And Source's message is very clear right now. Source is really wanting to say you can connect to Source at any point, any time of the day. And especially connect when you feel this pain or when you feel some sort of wound, because Source is there. And now I'm sensing the angels coming in as always. So they're coming in with this joy, this humor of just being alive and being a part of this universe and all the celebration that takes place in the higher dimension. So now they're bringing, as we're transmuting all of this, there is more room and space for the celebration and joy. And so I'm calling that in as well because they want to come in. I'm hearing a lot of giggles from these baby angels. And they're reminding us, these baby angels, that you can still have the joy that life is and still also have all the experiences that you've gone through in your life, the pain, anything that has happened, you can still allow yourself to go through a process of healing, but also have the joy as you go through the process of the Source transformation, this healing through Source. No matter how much suffering or how much things that are going on in the world, you can always find that within yourself. And they're asking you to call on these angels when you feel sad or when you feel down. And they show you something you've never seen before. That's what they're saying. And the angels, I'm just feeling this so deeply. These angels are this purity, this innocence of Source. They represent that. And so as they come in, you can start to feel, you can feel the innocence, the joyfulness, the childlike nature, this quality of just enjoying the moment. And then I can feel their hands, their baby angel hands on my heart. So they're putting their hands on the heart. And that itself is support from the entire universe. It's this caring, nurturing hand to support you and to tell you that the whole universe cares for you, that source loves you, that source cares for you. And it's always there. It's always, its hand is always on your heart. That's what they're saying. Like a mother's touch. It's very compassionate. And your own source within you is the highest resonance to you. So it knows exactly what you need at every single moment. And now the archangels are coming in from the back. And they're activating your back body because they want you to feel supported. Fully supported and cared for. And loved so much, so deeply. And Metatron is saying your problems are not yours. We are always here to help. We're always here to do whatever we can, and we always do it, whether you notice it or not. They're always helping. So he's giving us an activation from the back and also integrating the upper half with the lower half, because today's transmission through source is about integration of both parts. So I can always be connected to source and always bring it into my daily life, into every moment, even when I feel pain, even when I'm triggered, even when I have certain emotions, I can bring it into that. And now source is actually giving us a hug from the back as well, and saying how proud source is of all the stuff that we've gone through, all the different traumas since the beginning of time and all the different sufferings and pain. And yet we are so filled with light, and we have that, we retained that essence all that time. And not only do we retain it, but we do live it. We are here, we are connecting to source, and we bring that out in the world. And so it's such a big thing. It's such a celebration for everybody listening and receiving, and all the people who connect into source. And to honor that, source is giving you a flower. To honor your own essence and beauty and purity and sacredness. And each flower that everybody receives will be different because it's from your own source. And it's to remind you that you are that beautiful flower. With that activated seed of consciousness that you are spreading in the world just by being who you are. And this is a moment to declare to Source that you are fully ready to receive whatever Source has to offer in this moment and after, in all the moments of your life. And that you're ready to infuse that in everything that you do, in everything that you eat, in everything that you become. I invite Source fully in all of our lives to come in every single moment, to remind us when we forget, when we have some sort of trigger or pain, to remind us that Source is here and that we're able to receive. All we have to do is be open. And then Archangel Uriel is coming in the solar plexus in the power center to activate your own source power within you. So you always remember and always use that power through Source to do what you want, to create what you want, to dream and to live your dreams. And to never settle for anything less. Because Source is your biggest cheerleader, and Source wants everything that you want times 100. And so Uriel is saying, take this opportunity, take this moment to truly feel into what is your dream? What is it that you want to create through Source? And tell Source and connect to Source through that. That's your creation with Source. It's part of your integration of the upper and lower. And now I'm seeing all of our sources connecting together. And we're going one step further into the source of all sources. Connecting back into that one original. Just feeling its radiance, its light. And maybe you can't see, and that's okay, but it's going to be a feeling, it's going to be a sensation that you feel within yourself. Again, this light is so bright, it makes me fall into it, it makes me slip into it. It's just so so strong. I don't have any words, so I'll allow you to feel. I allow myself to even get burned in it because it's so beautiful. It kills everything else that doesn't belong in my life. With its love, with its gentleness. Allow each and every part to be soaked into that original. And it feels like, just melting away. It's like butter. It's and then going even closer, even higher, amplifying it further. And being so close, being so intimate. With that original source. I can feel it so intensely. Everything else is faded away. It alchemizes everything else. And it's always here to remind you that you are so close to that original source all the time. This is the intimacy you can feel all the time. It's not only when we do a session like this, it's all the time. And one last bathing of that. And just receiving it again very deeply through the heart. Allowing my heart to fully be like a kid's heart again. So open, so joyful. Completely renewed and refreshed. And bathed in the source light. And ready to take the world by storm, by this gentleness, by this loving energy that exists. And then as we're slowly coming back in the body, I want you to tell Source something that you've never shared with Source, because I want to create the direct connection for you and Source, even at a deeper level, even if you've connected with Source every day or however many moments of your life. But this is an opportunity to get even more closer to that Source, to tell Source something that you've never shared with Source. And be completely seen by Source and feel safe and confident enough to express anything you want to Source. And now gently, as you're coming back in your body and you're just feeling the energy, feel the integration that has taken place. Feel what has happened to the pain or the wounding within you. It's going to feel different. It's going to look different. This is Source. Thank you, Source, for what you are and for what you give to us every single moment of our lives. Thank you for being what you are. And thank you to all the aspects of the universe that are encompassed in that Source. As they play such an important role in every aspect, in every creation, in every moment. And thank you to the trees for giving us the strength, the core, grounding, the rootedness to be ourselves, to embody our truth, to show up with that Source power. If we didn't have the rooting and that power in our lower half, we couldn't show up with that Source fully in our daily lives. So thank you for that rooting and that grounding. Thank you, angels, for the purity and the beauty and the joy and the innocence and the laughter and the song. Without that, we wouldn't know the celebration of Source, of what that truly feels like, what that is. And thank you to all the humans and all the people listening and being, because we're shifting the entire world right now as we're connected to Source, and we're bringing that Source into our daily lives and creating through that Source everything that we want and truly desire for ourselves and for the planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is. You can take a few minutes to stay there with Source, then gently come back whenever you're ready. I have tears.
Excuse me?
I have tears. I was
Oh,
crying.
yeah, it was so beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you so much for transmitting this gift.
You're so welcome. Such an honor and pleasure. I hope you could hear me. Could you hear me in the transmission? Because sometimes my voice becomes quiet because I'm in that melting away in the light. I hope so you could hear me in the whole time?
Yes, I could
Okay,
hear
good.
you and feel you.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. Perfect. It was very special. Thank you. This was, wow, this was the different experience this time.
And I'm so curious about, you said me that you had a download before our session. So if you are open to share with us this.
The download was actually for you and me to, was it that one? That download? Because I think it was the other one?
It was before. It was before when
okay.
we were speaking about the title, what we will choose. And then you said.
Oh, wait, which one?
When you choose a title from speaking today, and then you say that you have a.
Oh, yeah, the title that was itself. The download, right? Yeah. Okay, that download.
Oh, yeah. Share anything what you feel regards the.
Yeah, I'm just let me see what's coming through. Hold on. I want people to feel the impact that I mean, just for them coming and he being, creating this it was like, I could feel it in the entire universe. I don't know if you felt it, but it was like a ripple effect. And especially when we were with that original source, it was so deep and intense for me. It was like, but yet it was so familiar, but it was just so, I just hadn't gone that deep, as this before. Maybe I have, I don't know, but it was something that was so intense that now just coming back, I'm like, wow, what was that? And it was guided from my own team, but it was so, it's like I'm speechless having that experience just now with that. But I think the most important part to say, I think right now, yeah, this is what Source wanted me to say when I had the down. So this part of me, right, there's this part of me that still, it feels pain really intensely, from early childhood, from my mother's, I don't know if we shared this last time, but from my mother's disconnection from me when I was 3 days old. And so that part of me can still feel that and yet still be so connected and have this intense experience. And that's what Source wanted to share, because through me, that I'm a perfect example of that, having very intense pain coming from, trauma and a lot of things. And I still feel it. It's still there. I do feel it all the time, but it doesn't hinder my connection to source. Not at all, right? It doesn't affect any part of my relationship with, in fact, this helps it so much. They come together so beautifully, because it's almost as if source can feel it and understand how painful it is, or what it feels like. And so I want people to know that, everybody that's listening and will listen, that you could have this intense pain and you might not think anybody else can understand it or what it feels like. And yet source does. I can feel that source does. And so that is that's like the one thing, if when you're feeling that, when you're going through intense, because everybody goes through intense times and struggle and different sorts of things in the world. And so it might not be pain in this form, with a parent or something else. It could be completely different, but that pain is always understood by source, and can just connecting and creating that intimacy with that source. For me, it's like the biggest melting and the biggest integration of that pain within myself. Like knowing I have that support and nurture, like how they were putting the hand, on the heart, and then also they were, supporting us from the back. They're always doing that. It wasn't just in the session. They're always doing that for everybody. And so the more you can start to use that and feel it and allow yourself to be, held by that, it really helps heal, because only you and source together can really heal the core wounding. Other people can help along the journey, right? But it's you ultimately going on a journey with yourself to discover what is the pain, what's behind it, and how to really come out of it integrated. And that doesn't mean it goes away. It just means that it's now one with source, I would say. It's now come together so that it's made you a whole person. It's become your strength. I would say that would be integration.
Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to speak about, the traumas and even past lives memories or this life memories. What you really, what things what really touched you, and you are carrying energetically, emotionally, all this charge inside and around you, and it's really affecting and shapes your being, even if you are not conscious about it. So there are lots of things that happen with us, what we are carrying, and maybe it's not on the superficie, or maybe you don't realize it yet, but you are still carrying it in your baggage. And all these things, every little step what we are taking here, it's so important, and this path will lead us to forward. And when you are consciously start to dealing with all these things what happen with you, it can push you closer to your true self, and also it can help you to awaken to your connection to source, because it's always there, but there are times when you don't remember to it, when you're not living it consciously, this connection. But these things, when you feel yourself so lost and nothing, there is no more things to help you or no more things to grab, then you start to go inside and you start to remember to this connection, what you always had to source. And even it's not a connection, because you are already source. We are already in. I
just want to
feel.
add, can I add one thing?
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to say, this was coming up as you said that. So I used to see it as baggage, and I would, even the term baggage can have a negative connotation, you know, the way that we look at it, right? And many years later, I've realized, no, this is the journey into source. So even switching that, it's not baggage anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, no, this is the source right here, you know, where I entered today inside the womb. That was the journey into source. So it was something where in my brain, it's not baggage anymore. It was like, no, this is the entry into source.
Exactly. This is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
That there are different states of consciousness, or yes, experiencing the self itself. And the one when somebody doesn't feel any emotions, just living day by day, and most of the time being in their mind and doing actions like this. And then the next step, when somebody starts to open their heart and start to feel the emotions and start to enter emotions in their life. And as we are in the duality consciousness, we are experiencing also on this level emotions as good and bad. And we just put them in different boxes and as good and bad. And of course, when we are happy, when we are joyful, when we are good, we always want to focus there, and we don't want to feel the pain. And also the duality means that at the end, to maintain this state, this level, or this reality, at the end you need to have the same quantity of good and the same quantity of bad. Like this, it neutralizes itself. And so here in the duality reality, how we are experiencing the emotions. So when you find out the love also appear in your life, the hate or the negativity. When you are focusing on positivity, there is negativity in your life. If you don't focus on positivity, then negativity either appears that much. So it's also one takes to another. And yes, exactly what you say, that we are characterize things and thinking that, okay, it's painful, then it's bad. But if you are seeing from above, if you're tapping to above, there the emotions disappears, and then there is no emotions, and you don't feel this immense love. You just be in nothing. And then when you are in that state, there is no emotions, there is no pain, there is no love. So here we are moving as humans a lot through these waves. And like in a storm, we are always in this state. If you are staying from above, and also how we are incarnating, how we are entering to this reality, we have let's call it shape of energy field. And this shape, this informational field starts to replay the information, and you will experience in your life things depending on your informational field. So for example, if in your informational field there is that you don't love yourself, or there is some lack on any part, then automatically you will create an illusion of having, for example, parents who doesn't love you, or you will receive from life situation when you're experiencing this. but it's actually the informational field what you are carrying. And it's not good or bad, exactly how you say, it's how it is, how you enter. So it's not bad that I'm blonde and you are brown. It's how it is. And it's either is better and either is worse. So yes, it is so important to understand.
Yeah, again, it's the integration. That word for me is the best way it's the integration of both coming together.
Yes, and everything happens in your life, and even if it's a good thing, you can find energetically a part of itself inside of you. And like this, starting to analyze yourself, you will find the complete being inside of you. And there will be the shift when you don't need anything from the outside. You will consciously lead your life. You will know your state, you will know who you are, and you will know where you are. It's for example, just an example, and it's not a bad thing as a human determination. So I meet somebody and I'm feeling so impressed and so joyful, and I'm thinking that without him I wouldn't be nobody, and I need him and he can give me this and that and that, and so I starting to follow him or being with him.
I've been there, done that.
Excuse
many
me?
times. I've been there, done that many times in my younger years. So I totally know what you're talking about.
Yes, and then so it's not a bad thing, but if you're starting to meditate and if you're starting to feel your energy field, you will find a piece which is missing inside of you, and you try to tap this.
Get that from somewhere else.
Yes, exactly. And even if when we are speaking, and nowadays we are going more there, know that everything is one, and we doesn't have that much difference between man and woman. So us as women also, we are working and we are doing things, and men's also, they are cooking or taking care of kids. So it's getting more closer. And also, if you're starting to analyze yourself, you will recognize that you have equal part of men and equal part of women. And like this, you are a whole complete being, and need to be a man also a part of woman. Otherwise, it would be a man without that much knowledge or consciousness. So at the end, buying your own, you need to own all the different aspects, all the different energies. And here also comes the mindset that don't blame anybody. Because when we experience a trauma or when we experience a thing that we don't like, automatically we think that yes, because this is a bad person.
Yeah. I'm still very intensely from the source experience. Okay. I'm just, wow, it's just,
there are also different stages on your awakening or through your awakening. First, when you are experiencing any trauma as a victim, and you think that the external or somebody hurt you, and you are experiencing a way that is not your fault, and you are blaming the universe, God, or your mother, your father, or the country, or politicians, or anything,
or all of them.
Yeah, all of them. it's okay also if you are in that stage. So what I wanted to say, that there is no good and bad. It's how it is. This is what you have to understand. And the most important is always the path. And you need to experience all the different stages to own it. So you cannot reach something, or you cannot arrive somewhere if you don't have all the steps towards it. And for it, you need to own all this, and you need to know what it's all about. So
be willing to go on the journey.
yes, exactly. It's like a curve, and you need to own all the little pieces of the curve to understand it and to truly own it.
And this is also
state, it's okay also. Yes.
It's also where your own connection to source is very important. Yeah, because it's going to help you, along those curves. If you don't have your own connection, and you're trying to go on the journey, it's like you're missing like the very important part of the trip. Like you could say the GPS system, like the direct, because without it, it's like there's something still missing in the journey. I mean, you could try different things, but it's like when you find that there's like a moment, like I remember my clear moment, I think we talked about it last time, when I had the first time, like when I had a deep experience of source, when I went through a really hard trauma. But there is always a moment, I feel, for every single person, that moment of awakening when they have that experience. And it could be through different things and different times, but it's like that gives you the whole experience of it, which allows you to go deeper into that journey and then be supported and follow through on that journey, if that makes sense. Because otherwise we always kind of, it's not complete, I feel.
Exactly how you say, but not always in one incarnation somebody arrives that times.
Over
Maybe
time.
You need to pass a whole incarnation as a victim or in suffer, and you needed to really dig deep in and experience.
Yeah, over time, but you'll have that moment in any of your, as you go on that deeper experience, you'll have that moment for yourself where you connect into your source, and that then starts to guide you in a different way, in a different experience.
Exactly. When it's ready to transform, it will happen. If it's still not, try to not avoid it, and try to feel it 100% with your wings, with your heart, with your feelings, the pain itself. So this is also a very big point. I think lots of persons, they want to avoid pain, and they don't want to face front of it, and it's there, but they don't want to see there, and they try to interact themselves with other things instead of seeing there, and open yourself before it. So I think this is a very important step. Until you want to avoid it and don't see there, interact yourself with any other thing, then you are not ready to transform it, to truly feel it.
Yeah.
And it's also okay. So anything what happens, it's okay the way how it is, because maybe this thing is that big that at that moment you cannot process. You're not ready for it. So you needed to park there a little bit. Okay, it's there, and continue your life. And it seems that you are continuing your life, but is there something what you are parking? It's working.
Yeah.
And there will be a time when you're ready to, see what I have in the parking place.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So all the little, no matter where you are, one time you need to accept it and don't worry about it. But other part, yes, somehow you also need to try to go forward, or go deeper and deeper and deeper to grow.
Mhm.
But I think it's an evolutionary thing, and it's normal. You want to know you are always growing. And maybe if some other things that, no, this person is not growing, it's going deeper and deeper. I mean, worse and worse, but it's also growing. Because this is what I say, that sometimes some beings need exactly that moment to experience that, the bottom of something.
Yeah, there are different ways to grow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yes. Yes. But we will have it, or we have had it already. There is this moment where you have that. It's like it breaks the point, where you can feel it directly.
Exactly. What I wanted to say, and I think it's a very big shift, and I feel it, I know it, but it's also, it needs time until you can integrate it and fully understand it. You will understand these things when you experience it. So instead of feeling that, blaming the situation, or try to find victims or faults, or anything like this, entering to this emotional wave, feels that it's not good or not bad, it's how it is, and try to see it from above, and through the same way as when you see a house, or when you see a car or an animal or anything, you don't start to judge it, you just see a house and that's it. This is exactly how happened. And I know if you are entering to this illusion regards incarnations and different souls and different spirit and incarnational circles, you will find the illusion which is fit in here. But if you are seeing from above, we're just projecting our reality, and everything what you are find around you or here is just a projection of yourself, or of the informational field what you are carrying at that moment. And yes, I understand that you are connecting to your mother or to your father from your heart center, and it moves lots of emotions, feelings, so big feelings and so deep feelings. And it has to be like this, because this reality, this is the main point, this moves this reality. So otherwise we wouldn't experience life here in this reality. But if you are seeing from above, it's nothing, just an illusion, a projection of your current energy field. And you will manifest a mother and a father which match with your energetically field. And yes, I know that you feel that, yes, this is my mother, and we had several incarnations, and we have history and stuff. If you are entered to this story, yes, you will find your answers there, and you will see it. But if you are tapping from above, it's nothing, just an illusion, and it's a current informational field what you have at that moment, and that this is how you are interpreting your reality, and that's it. And there are billions, several different realities, and as you are changing, transforming your frequency or your vibrancy of your being, of yourself, you can recognize that the persons around you will start to behave other way, or you inside your connection with them will change or will flip, so you won't have the same connection with them as before, as you are changing. So it's also very interesting to enter, but I understand that now you're just hearing it, processing it, you can truly, and I'm not saying you Malika, in general, you can truly experience it if you enter there and you feel it flowing through you.
You know, as you were talking about that, you know, I wrote, I don't know, but yeah, you get my weekly love notes from Source. I wrote about this. I wrote about, you know, like finding out about what had actually happened, you know, what was the history between me and my mom, you know, of several incarnations, and how that changed my life, because it was revealed through Source. And when you're on this journey where you're entering the wound completely, I tend to ask Source, you know, why this, or how did that occur? Or, you know, I always ask a lot of questions, because that's just what I like to do. And so at different stages of the journey, Source was giving me different answers. And then finally, I realized slowly, as you know, when I was ready to receive this information, I got the information. It was hard to process in the moment because it took me some time. It was pretty big information, but it kind of allowed it. It was like the door opening to that freedom of, okay, I understand that I did the same to my mother, right? You know, 7 lives ago. And I understand now that the pain can still be there, but I understand how everything is interconnected, how, you know, there's a deeper reason for why things happen, and everything, if that makes sense, everything in the universe has a deeper why, I guess, a deeper core reason. So that helps integrate that into the consciousness of, you know, and integrating the higher and the upper, of saying, okay, yes, there is this, and I didn't understand it before, right? I don't understand it as a child, not as a teenager, maybe not even as a young adult. But now having this information, getting it from my own source, getting it through the intimacy that I've created with my source, and allowing that to come in and fully transform me. That was a very pivotal moment in the journey, when you realize, okay, there was a much deeper reason, you know, for why this happened. And that's why the word baggage kind of left. And then the new, I guess, the alchemization of this turned into vision, purpose, service, right? So from all that information and that consciousness coming in, about this wound and how this occurred and what happened here, and then it alchemized me and my essence, my soul, into being ready to now incorporate the other side of this, the other side of the wound, which is the vision, the purpose, the service, because I can do this because I went through that and I integrated myself through that. So that was like the one thing, I think that was part of the download that Source wanted to talk about, but which was huge. I can't do this, the vision and the purpose that I dreamed of, that I want to, you know, do for my life and for other people, without what I needed to get from this experience, if that makes sense. So the integration of both sides coming together, as we're talking about the good and the bad, that was, yeah, massive and it ignited me even further to fulfill that and self-actualize that mission.
Yes, exactly. That's why I say that every step is so important, and we need to own all the steps to truly embrace and know
and get into the self-actualization.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you are saying that you can enter. Yeah, somehow we are in an incarnational circle, and there is a thing what you need to master, and you will incarnate in different situations, and maybe with the same person. and you will experience the same thing from different perspective. And this is how you say that one time you did this and then you received, and this is how you are experiencing from both ways. When the end, it comes a time when you dissolve your mother.
Yeah, that's the power of consciousness
of your mother, exactly. And you find inside. So when I'm working with my energy field, I'm reaching and I'm seeing which part of my energy field owned this information or field, which projected or replayed this reality, and then I can arrange it or change and lift it up, that part of myself, that part of my energy field. So
similarly, I do the same, but in a different way. So you're doing it in a little bit different way, but it has the same result. And I'm doing it through my, again, as I talked about the primordial sound, because it brings in that information, that resonance. And so that, again, it's like unlocking the deeper aspects that I need to know at any given moment so that I can come back into resonance and harmony.
Yes, there are different tools. Everybody needs to use the tool which is resonates.
Yeah.
And the other important message was for me to open yourself, to be expanded and be open, and not think that just your way is the way. Every path taking to the same way or to the same path.
Yeah, I totally agree, and and still enjoying my path and honoring my path as well. But yeah, there's open to and receiving and celebrating all the different ways and tools.
Yes, it's when we hear a music or a song, there are different instruments in there, and every instrument needed to be there to receive this experience, and nothing can miss, and all together makes this beautiful song or music. And this is how it is with everything. And that's why there is not just one way, one path, how you can arrive there. You need to find a way which helps you to arrive there, but also when you mastered that, you need to be open to experience the same essence through everything.
Yes.
Do you have anything what you want to share regarding this?
Yeah, I just, I want to just invite everybody listening to, I'm going to be announcing the next summit, actually. So at the end, I'll just wanted to mention, to deepen the source connection and the direct relationship with source. We're going to be launching that soon. I will announce it soon. So if they want, we haven't launched the new website yet, but I guess if they want to be a part of it, they can always just book a free call with me or email me. I think the link was there last time to book the free call or something. Yeah, so they can get in touch with me and I will sign them up too, because we haven't launched the new website yet. It will be launched within a couple of weeks. But the new website will be jumpintosourcebliss.com. So maybe by the time, in 2 weeks, somebody listening, then they can sign up directly. So I'm excited. We have changed everything. We have changed the platform and the website and everything. And I'm so excited because it was exactly what I envisioned in my meditation. And it's come to life. This is so cool. But it brings me so much joy to be able to, because it just was, it was a journey for me to be able to bring my vision to life on a website. And not just on the website, but with the new intention of serving in a different way now. And so I'm very excited and a little bit nervous, but more excited. So I will, I guess if they need to, if they're interested in signing up for our next summit on direct source connection, they can just again email me, which I think we'll put I guess you can put the details in the section below, I guess. And or you can book a free call with me if you want to know about ways that I do the healings and the direct source connection with other people. So yeah, that link will also, I think I can give that to her to place it in the details like last time.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy that you started this creation. It's like a great gift from you, and I'm really passionate about the light what you are expressing, and everything which is coming through you is just so special. I was part two summits already, and it has just blown my mind, all the different persons, speakers, professionals who share their experience regarding source, what it means for them. And this is exactly what I say, that there are different ways, different paths, and in the end everything takes to the same place. And also how the different beings experience and connect to source. It's so interesting to hear and see. So this summit, what you are hosting, it's exactly this all about this. So I really encourage everybody to sign up. Because you can learn a lot just hearing all these amazing speakers, just hearing or just connecting to their energies. It has already changed a lot. And apart this, you have one-by-one sessions also. You are holding one-by-one sessions, or do you do group meditations also? Or
no, I was guided. No, I think instinctively I only do private because that's what I love. I love working with people privately. So I do different. I mean, we do everything now because I've expanded. But I started with Primordial Sound, and that's one way to go into that direct source connection. That's a different path. So I mean, you can book the call for either one, but that's one option. The other thing that I do is I call it like this intuitive coaching healing, where we really clear everything through source. Like I'm transmuting and we're healing all the different things. Could be ancestral stuff, past life stuff, karmic contracts, all that stuff. I do it through source and the help of the archangels. So that is one of the most life-changing things that, I mean, I feel so great doing it because I see the transformation as it's occurring, and it's not even me, it's like me and source together doing it. So it's so beautiful to be a witness to how much people can transform, even within a couple of sessions. It's like, yeah, it's an honor, and it's a pleasure to be of service, to allow people to heal all that stuff and from from within their core. Right? We're not doing it from the surface level. We're going in the deepest parts of the unconscious, and we're uncovering all the stuff that is causing, any sort of hindrances in their life or any blockages. So that is something else that I do now too. So both of those things, you can book a free call, and yeah, just to know more. If you want some sort of channeling also, then I can offer that in the free call. So yeah. That is that. And then the summit, again, if you want to sign up and you're not sure, you can again just book the call or get in touch or go to jumpintosourcebliss.com. And there will be, in about 2 weeks, there will be a subscribe form. So in 2 weeks.
I'm so happy that you started these coaching sessions.
It's coming from my grounding. Like there's been my own integration has happened quite a bit in the last year. And so it came from a place where I didn't know I had these powers. I mean, I knew a little bit, but then as I started working with people and it became intuition that, to offer this, and then I started offering it, and people now, it's like, everybody's like coming in for that. And it's just like, whoa. And I mean, I see the transformation, and I mean, I was like, whoa, I did that in the session, it's so, it almost makes me so emotional, that the fact that I can do that, like that I can serve like that, because it's such a great gift that I'm so thankful for. And I get to use that every single day, to help people and connect with them heart to heart and change their life. So that's, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps, but yes. And it's something you do too, Adrienn, I feel it. And I want to thank you for having me, and for believing in me and my vision, and for coming and gracing your presence on our summits. And there will be more, because we will continue to do this like forever. So you will come back again. And yeah, and we will keep collaborating again, all the downloads that I receive. We will always be collaborating. We will always be, doing something or the other.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Once we connected on the physical field also, and I think
Yes.
it stays like this.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I also wanted to add that it's just amazing. When I finished the session with somebody, and me and my personal self is just, wow, how could it happen? And I'm just amazed the things
Exactly.
were happening and the changing, and I just, wow. I'm doing it like 3 years now, so now I'm getting used to how it goes. But at the beginning, I was just, wow, I'm amazed how these things work. But actually, this is what truly works. So things on the physical field is not that powerful than what you can achieve on other fields. And having a connection, a true connection towards source, or name how you want, this has the power.
Exactly. Yes.
And me myself, if somebody wants to join to my work, I'm organizing this year 3 presential light body activation retreats. So if you are feeling ready yourself to change your physical vessel, and to expand your consciousness and experience enlightenment, then it's a time. All the participants who are attending to my light body activation retreats, their soul, their spirit waiting for this shift through lifetimes. I'm always receiving this message when I'm connected to each of them. So it is just again, for me, for my personal, for my physical being, is just amazing how powerful and how impact this activation of all the beings, and the things, the miracles, what happens on the retreat. And yes, I felt the call again to do more things with Malika, which we will launch soon. Stay in tune. And I just want to say thank you for Source first, for all the beautiful beings who are with us and accompany us, guiding us and experience through us here in this session. They also say thank you for everybody being here.
Baby angels are kissing you on the cheek.
Yeah, I'm just feeling it. I'm just feeling it. It's just amazing. Yes. And thank you for everybody who just hearing this or seeing this, because you are just saying a little piece of this video. You will tap into this frequency and it starts to work on you. The seed is planted in your being, and it's starting to work on you.
Yeah. Thank you, Adrienn. You're so beautiful. I'm giving you a kiss on the cheek too, like the baby angels.
Thank you so much, Malika.
Thank you for hosting this. Thank you.
Thank you. Love to everybody.
Oh, instantly it's still, oh, is it still live?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, good. Because it says live on my thing, but you transform.